the students, very good morning all of you. Till previous class I have explained exercise 8E, that is based on compound interest. So these are our last topic for this chapter, that is chapter number 8. Now we have to start next chapter, that is ninth chapter, that is variation. Chapter name is variation. Variation means varies some quantities with respect to other quantity. So in that, two types of variations are there. First one is direct variation and second one is inverse variation. So in direct variation, first of all we will study about direct variation, then we will study about inverse variation according to our exercise. So first exercise based on the direct variation. So first of all we will learn this. So see in this definition, one quantity varies directly as second quantity if the ratio of first to second is constant. So if ratio is constant both the quantity, then it is called direct variation. So just I have taken list, first quantity is x, second quantity is y. So y varies directly as x. So we will write down like this: y is directly proportional to x. Means after that we have this one symbol is called proportional symbol. Okay, proportionality symbol. We will remove this symbol, then it will become constant k. So y is equal to kx. So here multiply sign is there, nothing written. So x will go that side, it will become divide. So y upon x is equal to k. So it is constant. So k is called constant of variation. Okay. So if these types of expression will come, every constant will be same, then it will come direct variation. So here as you see, first example, x and y value is given. So x1 is 1, 2, 6, 15 and y is given 10, 20, 60, 150. Just you find out ratio of y upon x. So how much will come in this first part? So just you see here y upon x. So 10 upon 1 will come. So constant is 10. Now here 20 upon 2. Just you cancel out, it will come again 10. So here also 10, here also 10. After that in this third one, 60 upon 6. Again cancel out, it will come 10. So here also 10 upon 1 and here also 10 upon 1 and here also ratio 10 upon 1. After that in last one, 150 upon 15. Then cancel out, it will come 10. So it is also 10 upon 1. So these are the same ratio in each value. So this number, so we can say that x and y varies directly proportional. Okay. So these are the directly variation. Now in the second example, x and y is given. Here, just you see here, first find out y upon x. So 10 upon 16 cancel out, it will come 5 upon 8 also. So it will come 5 upon 8. And here directly question is given 5 upon 8 same. So just write down 5 upon 8. Next one, 35 upon 56 is given. So we will cancel out 7 table, 7 5 times 7 8 yeah. Again it has came 5 upon 8. So all three has same value 5 upon 8. So ratio is same. So k value is this one only. K is equal to 5 upon 8 and here k is equal to 10 for each and every steps. So here we can say that this one is very directly proportional. So this is the meaning of variation, direct variation. Now with this we have to go for next we have to solve the exercise self practice 9a. Now I will explain one by one the question. Just read the question number first, what is given in that. So now we have to solve the exercise, that is self practice 9a. In the question number first, just you read what is given in that. Tell whether each relationship is direct variation. Explain if yes, state the constant of variation. So we have to check this expression or this value is given is direct variation or not. If direct variation is there, then we have to find constant k, means constant of variation. So just you see here x upon y, just you find y upon x, you can find like this. So 3 upon 1 will come here, and here 6 upon 2 will come, cancel out, it will come also 3 upon 1. 3 upon 1. So k is equal to 3 upon 1, again also 3 upon 1. 9 upon 3, just cancel out, 3 3 is 9. So again it will come 3 upon 1. Now 12 upon 4, again we will cancel out, it will come 3 upon 1. So constant of variation is 3. K is equal to 3. This is the final answer. And two parts also is there in the question number first, B and C. Just same you have to do also. If constantly, if each and every number has coming same constant of variation, then we can say that x and y directly varies. Otherwise, if some other number will come, then we cannot say these number are, these both quantity are directly or not. So we can say directly it is not variation, direct variation. Okay. In the question number 2, tell whether each equation separates direct variation. If so, identify the constant of variation. Again in the question number 2 also we have to do like this only. In the question number first, difference is only this. In that question number first, some value is given and here some variable is given. So just use here multiply sign is there. We will transpose here. So y upon x will come is equal to minus 7. So it is constant only. So we can say that it is direct variation. Okay. If x is increases, then y also increases. If x is decreases, then y also decreases. Okay. So this is the direct variation. Okay. So constant k is equal to minus 7. This is the final answer. Now in the B part, just if you want to separate x and y and want to make as these types of ratio, it cannot possible, because if we will do like this, we will transpose this 3y this side and 11 will come here. 4x minus 11 equal to 3y will come. Just I have transposed this 3y in that side and 11 I have shifted in this side. Now 4 will not able to go, or x will not able to go, because here 11 is there. So we can say directly here it is not directly proportional. So x is not vary with y directly. X is not directly vary with y. Vary with y. Okay. This is the answer. So we cannot find a constantly. Now in the question number C, just transpose this 8x in that side, so it will become 5y is equal to 8x. 0 plus 8x means 0. Now just x will come this side and 5 will go in that side, so it will come 5 upon x. Y upon x is equal to 8 upon 5. So it is constant. So we can say constant of variation is 8 upon 5. This is the final answer. Now in the D part, x into y is equal to 9 is given. So it is not able to write x upon y or y upon x like that. It is a product. So it is not vary with directly proportional. Means we cannot say x is not directly vary with y. So just write down like this: x is not vary direct. X is not directly vary with y. Directly varies with y. Okay, this is the answer. Now in the question number 3, how we will do question number 3? Just all of you read the question number 3. How we will do. So in the question number 3, the value of y vary directly with x. Question is already given. So in that case, we have to find some value. So y is equal to, just make like this here table, y and x. So y value is given 12. In that time x is 10. After that we have to find y. In that time x is given 25. So what is the value of y here? Okay. So again, just we have to suppose here constant y only. I have taken variable y. Now I have said y upon x. If question is given directly varying, means proportional will be always same. So means ratio will be always same. So 12 upon 10 is equal to y upon 25 will come. Now just cross multiply here, cross multiply, it will come 12 into 25 is equal to 10y. Now 10 will divide here, so 12 into 25 upon 10 is equal to y. Now cancel out here, 6 2 join 5 2 join 5 5 will come. So 5 6 join will come 30. So final answer is y is equal to 30. If question x is 25, then y will be 30. Okay. Now in the question number 4, if p varies directly with q, if p is equal to 21, again question is same like that question number 4. Just try yourself. Okay. Now in the question number 5, we have to do question number 5. All of you read the question number 5. Here, if the cost of petrol is 68.75 per liter, write a direct variation equation to describe the cost of y of x liter of petrol. So, for 1 liter petrol cost is given. So, cost of 1 liter petrol is rupees 68.75 rupees. Okay. Now we have to find cost of x liter petrol, cost y of x liter petrol. So y is equal to x into 68.75. So y is equal to 68.75 into x. So this is the expression to find the constant direct variation equation is this one only. Now question number 6, just we have to try yourself. In this question also you have to check which one is directly and which one is not. So we have to check here. So just try yourself question number 6. Now we have to do question number 7. All of you read the question number 7. Ragni bought an energy efficient washing machine. So she will save about 15 liters of water per wash load. Write an equation of direct variation. Describe how many liters of water y Ragni saves for x load of laundry she washes. So question number 7A. Here question is given. Ragni bought energy efficient. She will save 15 liters of water for per wash load. So per wash load she save 15 liters water. 15 liters water. Okay. So now we have to find how many liters of water y Ragni saves for x loads of laundry. So y is equal to, it will come 15 into x. So this is the equation of water to save the water, capacity to save the water. Okay, this is our direct variation equation. Okay, next B part. In the B part, if Ragni does 1 load of laundry daily, how many liters of water will she save at the end of a year? So in the 1 load of laundry daily, how many liters of water she will save at the end of the year? We have to find for the B part. In that case, so in the B part we have to do, if Ragni does 1 load of laundry daily, how many liters of water will she save at the end of a year? So we have to multiply by 365 because in 1 year 365 days is there. So y is equal to 15. In place of x we have to put 365 days. So if you will multiply, it will come 5475 liter water. Okay. So this much water she can save in 1 year. So now question number 8, just try yourself. We have to do question number 9. Just all of you read the question number 9. What is asking that? Here table is given and some missing value we have to find. Okay. So just you read question number 9. The height of to which a balloon with hydrogen gas rises in the air varies directly as time. Given below are some observation about the time and the corresponding height of the balloon in meter. Find the missing term in the table. So here given in question number 9, table is given, time and height of balloon here is given. So just see here in the first part, here time in minute, time is given in minute, okay, and height is given in meter. So here 3 and here missing term is given, here 4 and 48 is given, both value is given, dash 84, and here 25 dash and one more dash and 1860 is given. So in this five we have to find missing term. So this in these types of question already in question is mentioned. So height is directly proportional with time. The question is directly given in the height to which balloon is hydrogen gas rises, the very direct as time. So just we will write out like this: h is directly proportional to time. It means ratio of h and t is equal to constant. It means whatever both value is given, just you find ratio from there, then you can compare with other value. So 4 upon 48, here both value is given, so just cancel out, it will come 12. So it means, sorry, just write down 48 upon 4, it will come 12 upon 1. It means value of k means constant of variation is 12. Now we have to compare for each. Just you find h1, just you suppose here h1 and this one is h2, and here t1 and there is t2. Okay, so we have to find h1. So 3 upon h1 is equal to 12 up. Just write down h1 upon 3 is equal to 12 upon 1. So just cross multiply, it will come h1 is equal to 12 into 3. It will come 36 meter. Okay. Now if you want to find t1, in this case 84 upon t1 is equal to 12 upon 1. Again cross multiply, then it will come t1 into 12 equal to 84. So t1 is equal to 84 upon 12. We will cancel out 7 minutes. 7 minutes will come. Now in the h2 we have to find h2. So in this case again h2 upon 25 is equal to 12 upon 1. Now cross multiply. So we are always equating with this value, means constant of variation is this one only. That's why. So this one is the k. Just cross multiply, h2 will come 12 into 25. So it will come 300 meter. Now we have to find t2. In this case again we have to find like this: 1860 upon t2 is equal to 12 upon 1. Now cross multiply, then it will come t2 is equal to 1860 upon 12. Now we will have to cancel out by 6 2 and then 3 2 0. Now we will cancel 160 minutes. So it will come 160 minutes in the last part. Okay. So ninth question is completed now. Now we have D question, just same like that question is given, just try yourself. Now we will do question number 11. All of you read the question number 11. What is given in that? In the question number 11, here the mass of uniform copper bar varies directly as its length. Question is given, means mass of directly varied with length. If a bar of 40 cm long has mass of approximately 420 gram, question is given. So 420 upon 40. Question is given, if we have to find mass. We have to find mass and length is given 136 cm. So just you cross multiply, then we can find. So here 420 into 136 is equal to 40 into m. Now we will divide here. This 40 will divide in this part. So 420 into 136 upon 40 is equal to m. So 0 0 will cancel and 9. We can cancel by this 4 by 4 table. So it will come 3 and then it will come 4. So 34. So m is equal to 42 into 34. Now multiply here 42 into 34. So 8 and 4 4 is 16. 3 2 is 6, 4 3 is 12. So 8 2 and then it will come 4 1. So it will come 1428 gram. So mass of 136 meter length bar is equal to 1428 gram. So question number 11 is over. Now we have to do question number 13. All of you read the question number 13. What is given in that? So here a party 8 bottles of soft drink are served for every batch of five children, for how many bottles would we serve for 40 children per present at a party? So again here directly proportional is given. So we have to write down like this, number of bottle and required 5 children. And here question is given 40 children, we have to find number of bottles. So x upon 40, just you cross multiply here. So 8 into 40 is equal to 5 into x. So again x 8 into 40 upon 5 is equal to x. We can cancel out, it will come 8 is 64. So 64 bottle is required. 64 bottle is required. Okay, for this much 40 children. Now 14th question, just try yourself. Now we have to do question number 15. So just all of you read the question number 15, what is given in that. So in the question number 15, second class fare of journey given 240 km if you do journey, then you have to require ticket charge is 125 rupees. What would be the charge for 144 km? So same again question direct, lastly statement is given, fare is directly proportional to length of the journey. So just again we have to take reciprocal, means we have to take ratio of this, just cross multiply and cross multiply. So it will come 40 into x is equal to 125 into 144. So it will come x is equal to 125 into 144 upon 240. Now we have to cancel by 5 table. So it will come 25 5 and it will come 48 5. Again directly we can cancel by 3 table, and 3 into this it will come 75 rupees. So fare is 75 rupees for 144 km. Okay, this is the final. Now we have to do next topic, that is inverse variation, in the next class, in the next video. Okay, that's all.